I thought he was gonna come in and save her at that last second. I was just waiting. I was like, okay, Akira's gonna come in now. Akira's gonna come in now. Now he's gonna come in. Well, now he's gonna come.
But I guess no. This anime doesn't have any silver linings, dude. It's very dark.
Yeah, there was no saving of anyone. Hey guys, welcome to the This Week in Anime podcast. I'm Preetam.
I'm Alan.
And we are the Anime Philosophers.
Alright, welcome back guys to a new episode. We have a really great episode for you this time. We're continuing with the 4 anime from last time. All of them have very great episodes coming up. Ancient Magus Bride with the dragon where we left off. Darling in the Franxx. This is a light-hearted episode this week with a beach episode.
Gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Violet Evergarden. A lot of things happening there. And finally, we are wrapping up Devilman Crybaby. And that was quite a breathtaking finale, I would say.
Yeah, look forward to that. We watched the final last 2 episodes, and it really does leave us speechless. So
yeah.
So with that, let's get this show kicked off.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. So starting the podcast off with the usual, the Ancient Magus Bride. We are on episode 20 this week, and we got a long title here. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Yep. And no description this time either. So
yeah.
Let's jump into it.
Let's do it. Alright guys, we just finished up episode 20 of the Ancient Magus Bride.
Yep. Can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Yeah.
Yeah, very intense episode. So yeah, continuing from last week where we left off with at the auction for selling the dragon.
Right.
And after the dragon transforming and starting to breathe fire and everything. So that was a pretty intense scene, which is unusual for this anime.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, it looked like actually that the dragon transforming and breathing fire was like an atavistic trait, right? Like earlier in their evolution, so it looks like Cardophilius probably was responsible for messing around with that. But yeah, that whole scene in the beginning where I liked when Chise, like the first thing that she thought about was helping the dragon, not running away.
Right.
And I like when Elias said, every time you make a selfish request, it's to help other people. So,
very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty intense episode. I mean, things are turning pretty dire for Chise here. I must ask why she didn't wait for Elias to come and help, because the plan was for her to absorb the power and then Elias to strip it away from her before it could, mess up her body. But she went in and just...
Elias was kicked out of the dragon, right? He was...
I guess, yeah. Maybe that was the only chance.
Maybe that was the only chance of bringing the dragon back. Yeah.
Right. That's possible.
So...
Yeah, that's...
Yeah. But yeah, still very reckless, though.
Very reckless, exactly.
Yeah. And yeah, it looks like she shortened her life by quite a bit by doing that.
Yeah, quite a bit. And I mean, she has like a monster dragon arm now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I mean, that's one hell of a curse.
Yeah. And it doesn't look like anyone really knows how to dispel it.
Exactly. She's, really set herself up against the wall here.
Yeah.
She doesn't have a lot of breathing room anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ironic that when she says at the end, right? She's like, just as I was beginning to want to live.
Yeah.
now she's gonna die soon. So
Right. Yeah, man, it's some crazy stuff.
yeah,
One thing I want to dig just a tiny bit deeper into is when when Chise finds out that she's cursed and that her life will be shortened even more. Um, she says like, I already have two curses.
yeah,
It's not, I may as well take another one on.
yeah,
And that's when Elias gets kind of angry and just leaves the room.
right,
It's interesting because I feel like there's something like much deeper here, which is in Chise. There's some sort of there's a some part of her wants to sacrifice herself for something, and I think Elias like really hits the nail on the head when they're talking together when she's just out and she says she wants to get some fresh air or whatever, and Elias appears and he says self-sacrifice.
right.
He says you're trying to, you're trying to prove that you have a place here by sacrificing yourself for others.
Right.
And I think that's very interesting because, like on the surface, where it may seem that she's just a great person, that she's helping all these other people, but there may be something deeper behind that, which is like a feeling that she has to become someone worthy of being thanked. Almost like she doesn't respect herself enough or doesn't have enough confidence in herself, that she needs to go out and help others and do all of these things to prove that she's a good person. You know what I mean?
That's an interesting concept.
I think that's what Elias says, self-sacrifice. He really gets right to it. Which he says, and that's why he got angry. Like he's not. I think he sees something more to this than just her wanting to help others, but that there's something even more fundamental, which is that she still feels like she's not worthy of really being alive.
I see.
That she has to go out and sacrifice herself and help others to give her a reason to keep living.
Yeah.
And that's why he's angry at her, because he says you could have done that in a smarter way. You didn't have to do that.
Exactly. Yeah. So I guess this is we might say that Elias doesn't understand human emotions, but he probably hit the nail on the head with this one.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah.
It's I like this anime because you can read it on so many different levels.
Right.
You can see this as, and who knows who's right or wrong, and you can see it as, hey, Chise just really wants to help other people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Or you can look at it as, oh, maybe it's something else going on here. She has to help other people to somehow prove that she's worth she's a human being that's worth existing, worth living. Because remember, when she talks about those curses, she has a flashback to when her mother tries to strangle her.
Right.
Like, I wish. What does her mom say to her? Like, I wish you were never born.
Yeah,
or something
like
that, right? So I feel like there's just deep rooted feeling inside her that she's just not worthy of being alive.
I think so. Yeah.
Right. There's something like very deep down in her like that, and she's struggling to break free of that grasp.
Yeah. And I guess by sacrificing or by self-sacrifice, she feels that she is more worthy of being alive.
Exactly. I have a strong feeling that that's there too. I'm sure she wants to help others too, but I think this plays a role as well in her actions.
Yeah. Okay, that's very interesting.
Yeah. So I think, she's definitely come a long way, but she still has a long way to go.
Right.
And I don't know. We have 4 episodes left, so in the season, I think the manga is still going on. So I would hope that there's going to be a second season. But
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's interesting too, because if you think about it, she's when she sacrificed herself to other people, when she dies, if she dies eventually. Elias is the one who's gonna keep on living, right?
Right.
So really, that's her sacrifice in some ways might weigh down on him, maybe even more.
Right.
They might weigh on her, because she seems not that worried about dying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's still not that. She says she wants to keep living, But for some reason, like when she smiled and when she said another curse is not a big deal, I was thinking to myself like, how can you resign yourself so quickly?
Yeah.
So,
like you haven't even tried any ways.
You haven't even tried to find a way around it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, by the end of the episode, we saw some hints about possible ways that she can come back. Like there is that witch at the end, who might have some ideas, and then the real foreshadowing was when Cardophilius, said, "I wonder if we can make something, because I have a curse that I cannot die, and you have a curse that you'll die soon."
Yeah.
So.
I wonder what's going on there. Yeah.
I wonder what's going on. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, everything's heading to that climax, I guess, and that's I think we're going to get with the season finale. Some sort of showdown between Cardophilius and Chise and Elias. So.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Looking forward to it. This was a pretty dark week for the Ancient Magus Bride. I really hope that Chise finds a way out of this one.
I really hope so too.
Okay, so let's move on. And as we mentioned in the last podcast, we're skipping Record of Grand Chris War. We're dropping that because we want to save some precious airtime for the actual good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of good stuff, Darling in the Franxx, man.
Yeah, I can't wait. Darling in the Franxx, man.
It's one of our favorites, I think, for this season.
Thumbnail looks good to me.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna jump to episode 7 of Darling in the Franxx. The title is Shooting Star Moratorium, and we got a little summary here. So Squad 13 is given a much-needed break after defending the Kissing Plantations in a fierce battle. They head to an unexpected location and find something even more unexpected.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds like fun, man.
Yeah, let's see what new revelations we have this week.
Yep.
All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, we just finished up episode 7 of Darling in the Franxx, Shooting Star Moratorium.
Yep. And as you were saying, Preetam, when the episode was just starting, this was the beach episode. And we know how in different anime the beach episode is always one of the best ones.
It's the classic, yep.
It's a classic.
You gotta have the beach episode.
You also get to see like the more human side of the characters on the beach,
like
relaxing and stuff.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the primary reason.
Of course.
So you get to see them in a more relatable light, you know?
Right, exactly.
And, the swimsuits are essential to that, too.
Of course.
Jokes aside, this was a pretty good episode. Did you want to say something?
Just another joke, it peels back all the layers of their personality, I guess.
There you go. Exactly.
But, yeah. Anyway, jokes aside, very
so jumping
interesting
into this episode. Yeah. We have some interesting new revelations here. So we have that the parasites exploring that abandoned city or abandoned town, whatever that was, and it was kind of interesting because they said that their own lodgings were kind of modeled on this building.
Yep.
So of course the question is why, and then we had Kokoro-chan find that book about giving birth and about maternity.
Right.
So, and I think one thing we should just highlight is that in anime, every little scene, there's some significance to it.
Right.
Even if it seems kind of random, like, her finding that book or whatever, there's something to everything. And the reason is because it's pretty freaking expensive to do an anime production. So every scene they draw, like, takes a lot of time and takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of people to animate that. So the fact that they're taking the time to throw that in a 20-minute episode probably means that there's some significance to it.
Yep.
So it's just something to keep in mind because you don't think about a lot of these little small details. But I think everything has some sort of important meaning.
I think that was a pretty interesting scene, actually, now that you mention it. Like, one interesting thing about the parasites in general is how ignorant, I guess, they are about human reproduction in general. Like
Yeah.
like the boys there like didn't know what a kiss was,
Right.
and when she found the baby book, I'm pretty sure they don't know where babies come from, if anything.
Right.
So I don't know why they're kept in the dark about it, but it's interesting.
Yeah. So clearly, that's the foreshadowing.
Yeah.
We're gonna figure out how children come to be in this world.
Yeah.
How that whole game is played, because we don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, on more of the lighter side of things, we have I like 02, and
Yeah.
she continues this episode to be smug and show off to Ichigo that she is Hiro's partner and not Ichigo.
Right.
I find that pretty funny how she's always
Yeah.
finding some way to like let her know.
Right. Right. I found it interesting with Ichigo too. In the beginning of the episode, she seemed kind of resigned to Hiro and 02 being together and stuff.
Yeah.
But by the end, when they're walking by the beach and there's like the shooting stars,
Yeah.
she was like, I'm the leader too, so don't pay all your attention to 02.
Yeah, she keeps contradicting herself.
She keeps contradicting, yeah.
Yeah, she's flip flopping. Yeah, because just with the last episode, she was like, "I see you as a sibling" or whatever, right?
Exactly, yeah.
And then this episode, she's like, also look at me.
Yeah, yeah.
And she almost about to tell him the truth, but
she was gonna tell him if the shooting stars didn't start.
Right. You gotta have the shooting stars, man.
Exactly, yeah.
Otherwise, that situation would have been too much to handle.
Yeah, yeah.
I was kind of like half expecting 02 to be following them and listening.
Yeah,
something.
same.
Because remember when she asked Ichigo, like,
yeah.
I'm sure you've never kissed it before.
Right.
And Ichigo's like, well, I have.
It's like,
I wonder what's going to happen when she finds out. It's not going to be good for Hiro. That's all I can say.
Yeah. She seems very protective of her darling, dude, so.
Yeah, I bet it's going to be something like this. She's probably going to find out that Hiro and Ichigo kissed, like while they're somehow like in a dire situation, and they're in the robot.
Of course.
Then she'll find out, they'll go out of sync, and then everyone is screwed.
Yep. Of course. Looking forward to that episode, actually.
Yeah. Well, how many episodes does this anime have? Is it continuing, or I think it's just 12?
I think so.
Yeah.
But I have to check, actually.
We'll see, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, another great episode.
Yeah. Looking forward next week.
All right, guys. We're continuing on with Violet Evergarden, episode 7.
The title is Nameless. So.
All right, let's do it.
Looks good. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we just finished up Violet Evergarden, episode 7. And the title is literally blank, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, it's blank? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like nothing.
Right,
so I guess when you said nameless...
that was the English translation. Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was literally nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, what an episode, man. Yeah, so as always, we see her learning more and more from all these stories that she writes, for different people. And in this case, there was a story of the playwright himself, who had lost his daughter. And you could tell, like, I think this was one of the times where she really felt the pain of her one of her clients, basically.
Yeah.
Because she started crying when he told her the story. So yeah, I mean, she has really grown emotionally quite a lot since episode 1.
Right.
And
yeah, I think this story really resonated with her.
Yeah.
As she's been discovering more, I guess she must have put herself, like she started to put herself in the shoes of the main character of his play, she perhaps started to put herself in the shoes of the playwright himself.
Yeah.
So I think she could starting to understand what it means to really, really value someone, to have someone who's really important to you. And she had the
Yes.
Gilbert, of course.
Right.
And I think she thought to herself, man, what would it be like if, I could never keep a promise to someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they weren't around anymore. And I think it really, really resonated with her.
Yeah. I really liked before the end where they, she had that nightmare about the times back when she was in the war, like killing people
Yeah.
and stuff. Um, and there was a flashback where what's his name, like her boss, right, tells her
Yeah.
that you are on fire, basically, like
Right.
there's some, like, because of the war and stuff, there's you know there's so many things, so much emotional damage that the war has done, basically. And at that time, I mean, he didn't say in so many words, but she was like, she didn't understand back then. She was like, I'm
Right.
not on fire. But during that flashback, she was like, she realized that, you know,
Yeah.
she said, imagine like how many people, all the people that I've killed are all people that can no longer keep their promises to their
Right.
loved
Right.
ones. So I thought that was a very powerful scene when she was like, you're right, I really really was on fire,
Right. Yeah. Powerful episode.
Yeah. And the ending,
Um,
man, the ending.
yeah.
I did not expect that
That was
ending.
crazy. It came out of nowhere.
It
It
came out
really
of
came out of
nowhere.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I
I
really
thought
thought
she
that
would
she
find
would.
out in some other way, or
Yeah,
no. This
same.
one is really just out of the blue.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Like it was
But
so good, and she had helped the playwright, and
exactly, exactly.
and things were, and all of a sudden, bam.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how she's gonna handle it now. Because the episode ended basically right after she found out.
Yeah, I think this is the turning point of the series.
Yeah, yeah.
I think from here on, it's going to focus on her more than those side stories.
I think so. I think so.
So I'm really, really looking forward to the rest of the series.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, should be good, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm really
wait.
curious to see like how she's gonna
How
react.
she's going to handle this,
Or-
yeah. I
yeah,
have no idea. Because
yeah,
she has two things going on now. One is that she's being burned up from the inside, like her boss was saying, from all the damage
yeah,
from her experiences in the war. So she has to grapple with that. Like, first, I've killed so many people. And then the second thing now is the person that she was basically living for is no longer
yeah,
around. So I don't know how the hell she's going to handle this.
yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be really tough. I cannot predict what's gonna happen. It could go.
Yeah.
It could go any number of ways.
I know it could go very dark, or it could. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know. It's
yeah, it could
it's
go
gonna
very
be brutal,
dark.
though,
It
for
could
her.
it could
Yeah.
be a lot of redemption. I don't know. It's
Don't know. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, great anime. Really looking forward to the next episode.
Absolutely. Okay, so to wrap off the podcast, let's get to the final series, which is Devilman Crybaby. Today's a really special day for us because we're going to be finishing up the series. We got 2 more episodes to watch. I think episode 9 and episode 10. So sit back and enjoy the show. This is the end for Devilman. So
Yeah, can't wait.
yeah.
Let's jump into it.
All right, guys, we just finished Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm left speechless, dude. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Wow.
yeah, I did not see any of this coming. I. Yeah.
All I
what
can
a-
say is this anime is super, super unique and just crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Like episode 9 just like destroyed me.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. And then episode 10 just kind of as they say, turn the amp up to 11 on
Right.
episode 10.
Right.
Yeah, wow. It's taking me a while to like formulate a conscious stream of thoughts
Yeah,
here.
same here, man. It's just it's the kind of anime that really it's hard to put it into words. You kind of have to watch it to know what's going on. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, wow. Anyway, so let's break it apart. Start with episode 9.
yeah,
So episode 9 was probably the most brutal episode of the entire series.
I think so. Which is really saying something.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, you know, yeah, all through the series, like Mickey was like really growing on me as a character. She's one of the nicest characters in the show. And then, especially at the beginning of episode 9, and the end of episode 8, where she finds out that Akira is a demon.
Right.
And so we were thinking, how is she going to react? Is she going to think that, Akira had a hand in her family's death and things like that? But we saw immediately at the beginning of episode 9, she didn't doubt him for a second.
Right.
And then, and then she jumped on social media and was, defending him the whole way through, defending fellow Devilmen.
Yeah.
You can just see she has one hell of a heart.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, after that episode, like, I really liked Mickey, and probably my favorite character of this whole anime.
Yeah, she became my favorite character in episode 9 for sure.
Yeah.
And she's been growing on me like through the whole series because she's always been very level-headed and
right.
And just in like tense situations, she's always come through. I remember when they had that when that rapper gang was in trouble at the store and stuff. She came in and she immediately diffused the situation.
Yeah.
She never judged anyone.
Right.
She always kind of accepted everyone.
She's probably the most mature character in this whole anime, actually.
Yeah, like, a lot of respect to her. Yeah. She was the most mature. She's the wisest out of them all.
Yeah. But people didn't get it, dude. They reacted very violently, very unreasonably. Like her neighbors and stuff.
Yeah.
That was, I don't know. Yeah. There was a powerful scene I'd like to mention actually. Before we get into like the brutal part of what happened to Mickey and the others. When Akira is flying to get to Rio's mansion, he sees some people, tied up and being stoned to death, basically by like a mob, and he goes down there and he starts crying, right? He's like, why humans should not be killing other humans,
right?
And him crying and the kids in the crowd, getting close to him really diffused the whole situation. And it kind of like snapped the people there out of their mob mentality.
That's right.
I was reminded, since this anime has a lot of biblical references, I guess.
Yeah.
I was reminded there of Jesus is saying when a woman was about to be stoned to death, right? He who is without sin cast the first stone.
No, let him without sin cast the first
stone.
Yeah. Gotta get that one right.
Gotta get that one right.
Very important quote.
Yeah. It's not an exact analogy to this, but I was reminded of it actually. It's because that standing up for someone who is the victim of a mob, basically, it tends to like snap people out of that mob mentality.
Right.
Which is the same thing that happened here,
Yeah. No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I mean, that was super powerful when he was standing there, this demon standing and defending humans from themselves.
Yeah.
And he says, like, why must you kill each other?
Yeah.
Like, why are humans killing each other?
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
That was a very powerful scene.
Yeah, and I really liked the direction in that episode where they juxtaposed that with Mickey, defending Akira on social media and stuff. There was that she had a very nice speech actually.
Yeah.
There, where she says, he cries for others. He never cries for himself.
Right.
And that if more of us in the world could be like him, um, people would be a lot happier.
Yeah. 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 That was very powerful.
Right.
That's why, like, that whole episode seemed to be very optimistic starting
Right.
up until, at the very end. Uh, and then, yeah, the ending was, I don't even know. It really, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we were talking after we watched the episode, right after we watched episode 9, and I was telling Alan, like, out of all the people who should have survived,
Yeah, Mickey should have
Mickey was the
survived.
one who should have survived.
Yeah. But instead, by the end of episode 9, he basically loses everyone that's ever been important to him.
I thought he was gonna come in and save her at that last second. I was just waiting. I was like, okay, Akira's gonna come in now. Akira's gonna come in now. Now he's gonna come in. Well, now he's gonna come.
But I guess no. This anime doesn't have any silver linings, dude. It's very dark.
Yeah, there was no saving of anyone.
No saving. But I guess the one silver lining we can say, as you were, was the outro. Which was really a really good outro. Yeah.
That outro, I think, is probably the one thing I'll remember. Even when I forget a lot about Devilman Crybaby and stuff down the road, I think I'll always remember that outro. That was fantastic.
Yeah. That was
after the brutality, at the end of episode 9, cutting to that new song, the first time they used that song in the outro.
Yeah.
I was trying to find that song online after, but it's like all taken down and shit in the U.S. So I'm gonna have to get my hands on it somehow. But I thought it was a beautiful song, very fitting. It's the first time they used it, so it had a special meaning, and the only time they used it actually. And then they have that very nice slow cut to Akira and Mickey riding on the motorcycle in that one scene. I thought that was super super touching. It was just. It was really well done.
That was very well done, yeah. Yeah, so that was the end of episode 9.
Yeah, so I think that was to me the high point in the show was there, the end of episode 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, because episode 10 took us on a completely. Wow.
Yeah, episode 10 was also very strange.
Yeah, episode 10 just went bonkers.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking that there would be some sort of, possibly some sort of Armageddon-like thing at the end, where kind of humans and demons destroy each other.
Right.
But had no idea that the story was going as wild as it, actually went, with Rio being Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, Satan who challenged God and was defeated and then came back.
Defeated, came to Earth, and looks like Earth originally there were demons inhabiting Earth.
Yeah.
So Satan he liked that kind of demonic civilization, so set up camp there.
Yeah.
But it looks like God rained down.
Yeah.
And wiped those guys out, and
and then humans came to be.
Humans came about, yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty crazy. I mean, so I guess they connected it up with the beginning, because if you remember in episode 1, they had that basically which was the Earth and God's angels raining down, and and so they kind of ended at a similar similar clip.
It's weird though. Like I wish they would have gone. Like it was very fast paced. I wish they would have gone into more details on that, because also we have we have Rio as a Satan, right? So we know a lot about his character, but we don't know anything about God, dude. Like he just occasionally rains down destruction.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, episode 10 moved a little too fast. Yeah. I have to wonder why they didn't just do 12 episodes or something and.
I think that would have been better. Yeah.
I don't know if that was a budgeting decision or what.
Right. Right. Anyway, the Earth ends up being completely messed up by the end.
Yeah.
Uh,
But at the end, we see that the Earth has been restored. Actually, at the very, very end, the
yeah,
absolute end. There's two moons, and then the
right,
Earth has been restored by God
right.
again. At the very end,
But we didn't see any humans in that restored Earth, so I don't
you
know.
don't know if they're humans or not, but it's definitely back to normal. There's
It's
like
definitely,
oceans and
yeah,
everything's back
yeah,
to normal.
yeah.
So what happened to Satan? Don't know.
That's true.
And
And it like right before that, it seems like Satan won the war, right? He's the last survivor, kind of.
Yeah, I guess he's the
Next to
very
Akira.
last one. There's no one else.
There's no one else.
It's just literally him. That's it.
But I guess he loses it by the end, right? When he realizes that Akira is also dead.
Yeah.
He, yeah, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
He created his own hell, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what happened. You look at the Earth afterwards. I don't know what else you could call it other than hell.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Anyway,
yeah.
so
Yeah, I thought the last episode was a little rushed, but kind of pulling too many things out of the blue there. And I felt like Satan's change in personality at the very end or Rio's change in personality at the very end was a little bit too fast.
yeah,
Because for 9 straight episodes we had him being kind of very cold and
yeah,
almost like sociopathic almost, and then all of a sudden, he's when Akira dies, he kind of changes.
yeah.
His personality flips a little bit. I think that was a little too fast because that dialogue at the end wasn't that long. That long. It wasn't fully fleshed out. I feel like so.
Right.
I think it lost a little bit of impact there at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, they should have added 1 or 2 more episodes to
Yeah.
yeah. Like maybe if they had dedicated like 1 episode to just like the speech between Akira and Rio at the end.
Yes. I think you could have done an episode on that, surely.
That could have been really good, yeah.
Yeah, and then slowly showed that change of heart happening in Rio.
Yeah.
I think would have been a little better. It was a little too fast for me in this one.
Yeah.
But I mean, wow. I mean,
wow.
it's totally unique. It's definitely an anime I'll always remember. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Balls to the wall, man. Just
Balls to the wall, yeah. The whole time. The whole time.
Crazy anime, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, good stuff, dude. I'm glad Netflix had this.
Yeah, I think they're starting to produce a lot more anime now.
Yeah.
Or play a hand in producing anime. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this was like a Netflix production, right? So I guess they
right.
worked with one of the studios in Japan. So they're bringing more and more anime. So that's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of the journey for Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah. We'll probably have to find something else.
Yeah, that was one hell of a journey.
One hell of a journey.
Definitely enjoyed it. It really was a roller coaster ride. I mean,
Yeah.
most of the time, you'd think with a roller coaster that the highs equal the lows. Most of the time, this was on the lows for this anime. But I mean, it was something to be experienced for sure.
Definitely. It's one of a kind, man.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. I think that draws this episode of the podcast to a close. If you guys enjoyed the show, make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, expand the description. We've got timestamps for every series, so you can follow along with the shows you're watching this season, as well as links to cool stuff we reference in the podcast. Like last time, Alan was referencing a documentary and stuff like that. We put the links down there in the description so you guys can learn more. So make sure to check that out.
Yeah. And as always, guys,
stay inspired.